Okay, so let's jump into it. Don't forget to look straight at the camera because this is where the people are. So let's jump straight into it.
Test.
And then we'll do the presentation.
All right.
Tell me
Yes.
why we're here.
We are here because we are in a war, and we want to reach peace.
Peace. You think of peace?
At the moment, no. At the moment, we want to bring back our hostages, and we want to put an end to Hamas's reign in Gaza, so that our people are safe.
When people say peace, when you say peace,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of vision of peace you have in your head? What peace look like the day after, the year after?
It can take many shapes and forms. I think on the Israeli side, it can look in. We are open to many ways of peace. Unfortunately, from what I see, from the research conducted, from talking to people, currently, Palestinian side says peace is when there's no more Israelis anywhere, not in Tel Aviv, not in Haifa. We need to liberate this whole place, and we have some voices in Israel that want to grab a hold of all of the land, but it's a much smaller minority, and they're not the one in power.
Some says a lot. I mean, the reason we're here, it's kind of to answer to the many voices that coming from abroad, telling us how we should do and what we should have done. And a lot of people say that the main cause of what's happening now, the main cause that we don't have peace, it's us, Israel, not you and me
Mm-hmm.
in particular, but our government. What do you say? What do you think about that?
Oh, can you specify what exactly do you?
That we are, because we're the strongest,
Yeah.
because we are, the strongest army in the Middle East, a democracy, a country, and the Palestinians, they're just like struggling to become a country. They're not strong at us, not economically, not militarily. So because of that, it's on us to make it happen, and it's not happening because of us. I'm not saying it is my
Mm-hmm.
it's my point of view. I'm kind of trying to play the devil advocate, just so.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yes, we should take responsibility, and for example, we should intervene with education in the West Bank, in Gaza, and make sure that murderous ideologies are not what being taught. At the moment, the Hamas's charter is very similar to the Palestinian Authority charter. Very, very, very similar. I couldn't find anything in which Hamas is worse. For me, it's in exactly the same. And one of the points is we need to teach our kids to militantly attack the whole area of Israel and liberate Palestine.
So you said that's what Hamas and the PLO saying? This is what they're teaching their kids?
This is what is being taught. There are a few education systems in the West Bank. There's the public, the private, and the one that they teach in the refugee camps. So I talked to some people from the West Bank, and so not all of them have the same materials, but they do all have the same upbringing, the same media that they're exposed to, and the same point of view about this topic.
How would you see that changing?
We should get involved. We can't just
How?
how?
I mean,
Well, first of all,
I mean, us getting involved, it's
Yeah.
kind of taking them their freedom of doing what they want to do as a free country.
well, no.
Okay.
There are limits to the freedom of speech, and when you call for an armed attack, then that's no longer freedom of speech, and now it's a territory where you. I mean, they can talk about the Nakba, they can talk about what happened in history, but for example, when they show a kid, 14-year-old kid, stabbing a civilian in Israel,
Mhm.
and then they show him at school, and then they sing a song to praise him. That is to teach,
As a shaheed.
as a martyr.
As a martyr.
That is something that we need to, for example, just like in Germany, Nazi Germany, when they rebuilt Germany, they told them you cannot teach neo-Nazi propaganda. You cannot, like, they took control of it. And especially as Jews, we control the media. We should be doing this.
So you say it's
I'm joking. We don't control the media yet.
the global media. So you say it's first of all it's an educational issue.
Mm-hmm.
What else would you do?
Yeah, three things I would do. One is the education, one is the media, and one is personal experiences. So in terms of education, there's actually, like, in the textbook you can see, and I can pull it up. You can see a physics question, and what are the forces that are impacting the rock when you try to hit a soldier? The gravity, there's the rubber, and when you throw the rock, then what changes? Or for children, color the whole of Israel, and they color, like, Tel Aviv, Haifa, and Beersheba, they color everything. Color Palestine. They need to color all of it. So that is being taught in the education system. Then you got the media, which we can take control of. We can try to make an impact. We can change the VPN. We can talk in Arabic. We can influence there. And then you got personal experiences, which I would say, just like we have birthright for Jews around the world to come to Israel and experience, we can also have, after a security check, bring buses of people from Palestine, Palestinians, from the West Bank, from Gaza, just to meet. Like when I talked to older people who have worked in Israel and know the people, their opinion is much different than the ones who are younger or who are just circulating with the same propaganda and only have hate towards Israel and Jews. So personal experiences, media, and education.
Okay. So
Very ambitious.
yeah, to me, it's a total different vision.
Go ahead.
I mean, the first years at least. To me, to really have peace with the Palestinian, and it's very strange talking about peace now, but somehow we started talking about it. To me, the vision of peace, at least for the 21st years, it's a total separation. For me, it's like a couple that hate each other so much they can't stand even looking at each other. So much blood. I don't see any possibility of living, of meeting, of having some kind of a relationship for a few years. And maybe next generation, maybe the kids will, after a long period of calm, maybe we can meet again and start working together and developing projects and stuff like that. For me, every side needs to concentrate on building his own side of the fence. Grieving. You do Palestine. You want your country, you have it. Let's say we agree on a separation of a two-stage solution. Let's not argue about it, but let's just for a minute. So we have a two-state solution. I'm not talking about maps and stuff because we won't.
Mm-hmm.
But a dream of a two-state solution. So you're on your side and I'm on my side. Like with Lebanon. I don't care what you do there. It's Lebanon. And you do you for 20 years. You're not, please don't throw at us missiles because we will have to retaliate, but you do whatever. You make your country. You build hospital, school.
Could I teach my kids that we should have an armed resistance against you?
You can, but I won't interfere. I wish you wouldn't. I wish you didn't go there.
But so you're saying we should wait for 20 years, but I should teach the next generation to kill you?
I wouldn't interfere with what they're teaching their kids in Palestine.
Why not?
Because it's not my problem. It's not my country. It's like, for me, it's like France and Germany after the war, after the Second World War, or England and Japan. At some point, Japan. I'm pretty sure that Germany had to sign an agreement that they will not teach Nazism, yes,
that they will not bear arms.
No arms, no.
Okay, well, Japan did the same, but in with the West Bank, it's not this way. So how do you want to leave them alone without them promising this? This is the problem.
Yes, it is.
So you can't do that.
No, after we get to an agreement. Okay, we get to an agreement. Some parties are involved. The Saudis, the Qataris, the Egyptians. Yeah. I don't know. The Finlands.
All right.
The Sweden.
Finnish.
Okay. Yeah. Someone making sure that no one building a bomb to kill each other. Okay. And make sure that we're not teaching to kill each other. But
who did it with Germany? Was it another country? Did they take?
No, it was the one. It was the one who win the wars.
All right. So this is what we should do.
To me, this is what we're doing for many years.
How are we
doing
this?
To me,
we're not doing this, and I can prove it to you.
No, we're trying. We're trying to get.
No, we're not trying.
Okay.
Here's the proof. Could you go to? Can I read it?
Yeah.
All right. That there is a Palestinian community, and that it has material, spiritual, historic connection with Palestine. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. It is a national duty to bring up individual Palestinians in an Arab revolutionary manner. All means of information and education must be adopted in order to acquaint the Palestinian with his country in the most profound manner, both spiritual and material. That is possible. He must be prepared for the armed struggle and ready to sacrifice his wealth and his life in order to win back his homeland and bring back about its liberation. This phase in their history. Oh, it's nice. Sorry. Okay. Armed struggle is the only way to liberate Palestine. It is the overall strategy, not merely a tactical phase. The Palestinian Arab people must assert their absolute determination to continue their armed struggle and to work for an armed popular revolution for the liberation of their country and their return to it. Commando action.
I like the commando actions. I don't like it.
Wait, does it influence you so far?
No,
is this?
Of course, of course, this is horrible. I'm smiling, but it's not funny. And all what you just read support what we've seen on the ground on the 7th of October, or those commando action. We see what they mean by that. Obviously, when we were talking about the dream of peace, it's after they say, okay, we're not doing that anymore.
So, but you were saying that is what we have been trying to do. Do you agree that we were not trying to do this as long as we let the people who stand by this rule? Then we have not done it so far.
I totally understand what you're saying, and I'm so tired of it. I mean, not of what you're saying. I'm so tired of trying to make it right and have it done the right way and make this kind of collaboration that will work. And to me, it's not worth it anymore. I mean, as an Israeli that lives here more than 30 years, peace activist, I mean, you won't find more doesn't get more lefty than me. And after those so many years, I'm getting to a point that I think that it's not worth it. It's not, we're not getting anywhere.
Exactly.
I just want a huge wall between us. A huge.
Right.
I mean, after we destroy Hamas, we annihilate them. After that, I want a wall between us, and don't talk to us anymore for 20 years. And then, if you and us behave nice for those 20 years, if you succeedingly created a good life for your citizen, if you made hospital and school and have some few invention in the world, okay? Created something for yourself, which is not work.
Could I interfere, please?
Yes. After that, let's talk again. Let's maybe be friends again. That's my dream.
I don't think it's your dream.
No.
I think here's what I think happened.
Okay.
You are an amazing person.
Thank you.
You see the future. You want peace. And you're very open and patient. But you've been working on it for years. You've been making an impact, but you're being לרוץ בנוטרל. איך אומרים?
Running in low gear somehow.
Full gas on neutral.
Full gas in neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think your efforts are what's the word? Are tiny. In comparison of the education effort that they are doing. So I think so what you're saying now, it feels like despair.
No, it's not despair. It's
which is understandable.
What we can do as people, it's connecting with other people. That's what we've done.
Yeah, but now you shouldn't do this. Like, your despair is right. You should be despaired. You should not continue your activity as long as this, like, it will not. It's great. It's making a change, but it's full gas by neutral. It's not effective as long as you're against this.
But I don't want to be in charge, and I don't think I can be in charge of teaching the Palestinian kids how to behave. I can only teach the Israeli kids, and that's a challenge in itself.
Yes, but America was not in charge of Germany
for a few years, for a short period, but again, it was after the war, and it was after the Nazi, the Third Reich was destroyed.
Yes, but we should do the same.
Killed dead.
Hamas is not the only terror group. Do you know that? The Islamic Jihad. They also on October 7th. They're not the only ones that came in.
Of course.
So it's not only shouldn't only eliminate Hamas or the Islamic Jihad.
But you want me to be in charge of changing the minds of millions of people who have.
There are more Germans than Palestinians, and they managed to change it around.
Yeah, but it took like 15 million dead to get them to stop. it wasn't an easy task. It took 2 atomic bombs. It took the totally destruction of Europe. I mean,
we try it this way. It
19
doesn't
million of German people were killed. I mean, yes,
So what,
I think
what do you
I'm.
suggest?
I don't know.
But does logically? I know it's sad, but logically, does it seem like the right thing to do?
Logically,
Yeah.
I think that I will give you an example. One of the Hamas on the 7th of October got into some kibbutzes. And everybody knows now that it was a well-prepared operation. As you say, commando action constitute the nucleus of the Palestinian Popular they prepared that for years. And so they knew exactly where and who they were going to, in which home they were getting into. And I mean, there is no doubt about it, right? It's not that they attacked some kibbutz that they didn't know. They had people who were into it. They knew the houses, the name of the people, who they were, what they're doing in their life. And most of the people living in those kibbutzim, are lefty. I mean, they're pro-peace. Like, I have a family member, is 80 years old. His name is Oded Lifshitz. He's a man that for most of his life have dedicated himself to peace. He's taking kids from the Gaza Strip into Israeli hospital to get treatment. That's the kind of person he is. They knew they were getting to his house and they took him hostage. He's now in Gaza. I mean, it makes no difference to them what we're trying to do, and if there is a good Israeli and a bad Israeli. They don't care, and I don't care anymore. I mean, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't think I can. I try to reach, I mean, personally, I'm talking just me. I try for years to reach people, to find a way to communicate. And I guess I reach some, but at the end of the day, this is the reward. This is what we get. And I think I don't have the energy personally to get more, to keep on trying to convince the other side that I have the right to live here on this land, that Israel is existing. I have to prove it all the time. What? I don't want to do that anymore. You like me or not, I'm here. And now we're not talking for 20 years. You go fuck yourself on the other side of the fence. You go, you talk to your friends in Qatar, in Iran, in wherever, with the Germans. You do you. You create your own country, and then when you have finally get to the point that Israel is your neighbor and we're not going anywhere, let's talk and have some hummus and befriend and kumbaya. And I'm not getting involved in your in the way you're bringing your child, in the way you're educating your child. And if you're sending missiles at me, I will retaliate. And that's it. I
think you're very cute. I think you're wrong.
I'm okay. Okay.
Would you like to?
I will take the cute.
Would you like to hear?
Yeah. Tell me why.
Where your viewpoint could improve. So you're saying, I'm not interested. I don't want to intervene with your education, but I do want to intervene when you send missiles. But you fail to link the two. This is where you fail. You think that, and I understand you tried very hard, but I don't think the efforts were hitting the right place.
Okay, maybe you're more pragmatic and well thought than me, and less. I guess there's also the emotion that are involved in the last month.
Let me just ask you some questions.
You probably right. Yes.
Do you think that if we just leave them alone for 20 years?
I don't care. At that point.
When you say you don't care, this is emotional. You're not.
Yeah, I know.
You're gone. You're not here.
I don't want to care. I want to not care. I want to someone else that says.
Bring your son here.
That so many people seems to care about the Palestinians. The French, the British, the on every campus, in every college in the United States, people are so caring about them. You get involved in their education. You do something about it. Please. Hello. Where were you?
I'm not saying you personally need to be in charge of their education. I'm just saying this is the policy that we need to take.
But again, it will be us getting involved in telling them how to think, it will be the oppressor trying to brainwash the oppressed.
Okay.
And that's how they will live it, and they will not agree to it.
No, there's a difference.
It's like the American trying to brainwash the native Indians and getting them into, or it's like
there's a big difference.
Okay, it's a bad.
Look at what Elon Musk said. Elon Musk, would you say that he's an advocate of free speech?
Sometimes he is.
I would say that he's is really into freedom of speech, and he lets a lot of opinions on Israel, and he adds a lot of remarks against Israel, for Israel, but he said, okay, from now on you cannot say from the river to the sea, because this means genocide for the Jews. This is the new
policy.
This is not new policy of Twitter. X.com.
X Twitter.
Okay.
Okay.
So we should take the same approach. You can teach what you want about your past. Teach about what you've lost. Teach about everything that happened. You cannot specifically call or endorse an armed resistance. You're not allowed to have arms, and you're not allowed to when they say resistance, it's attacking Israel. It's not even against the military rule we have over the West Bank. And you've talked to people for years, right? What have been your experiences?
I'm still talking, but
what have been your experiences about their? Do they think that they could live on their side and we on our side? And what did they want? So Ronnie has an organization called the Peace Factory, and he's been reaching out to Iran, like to the civilians of Iran, not to the regime, not to the government, and making connections with Israelis and Iranians, saying to each other, "Hey, we want peace with you. We don't agree." Like Iranians telling us, us and the government are completely different things, and you've done the same with Palestinians. You've done the same with, I guess, other countries. What other countries?
Most of our neighbors.
All right, and
which is complicated, and the more you get closer to Israel, the more it's complicated. I mean, it was way easier
with Iran. It's easier
to get people from Iran to be friends than people from Ramallah.
So
obviously,
I want to know your experience with people from Ramallah, from Nablus, from the West Bank.
Look, I've been involved in peace projects for years, and I've met with hundreds of people from many countries, and some from the the Palestinian territories from Ramallah, from Nablus, from all these cities in the West Bank, some from Gaza. And every time you meet with people, it's nice meetings. And most of the meetings are very nice because, first of all, they're happening outside of Israel, outside of the conflict. So when you're meeting in Germany, when you're meeting in France, when you're meeting in Sweden, it's nice. And we're very close because we're kind of the same people. We look the same, we talk the same, and for a French person or German, we're more the same than we're closer to each other than we are close to the German or the French. No offense to them. So yes, it's always very nice, and the kind of people who are getting to these events are peaceful people that want nothing but to raise their kids, have a good life.
And they accept you being in Tel Aviv.
What?
They accept you living here in Tel Aviv.
Like I accept them to live in Shechem, Ramallah, Jenin.
These are very special people who came to Germany to talk to you. This is not the majority of people.
And that's why, at some point, I mean, again, when the 7th of October, it's not, it's something, it's not a small event, what happened a month ago. And it's something so big because, first of all, it wasn't like 3 terrorists. It was thousands of them. Thousands of people cross the border. Ordinary people. There were the first wave of Hamas terrorists, and then came just the people. Some people came on flip-flops, got into houses, took some stuff, killed some people, took back some hostage. Some of the hostages were taken not by Hamas, but by people. And then Hamas took them from them. It's so...
And rewarded them.
Horrible.
Maybe they have a reward system.
Yes. It's that I'm kind of... Okay, what can I do? There's a moment you have to say, okay, enough. I mean, I need to protect my first... when something like this happens, you feel for your life. You feel for your kids.
I disagree. This is not the 7th of October that made this. This it's a symptom. There's something deeper. This is something that's been happening, and you're not in the right realm. You're working. You're saying, you know what? I'm gonna reach out individually. No, we need to fix the system.
I can't fix the system.
We can. We can.
I will tell you frankly. I mean, I know we're trying to make a podcast and to be optimist and to talk about peace. I will tell you frankly. I think that the piece of land we're living on doesn't want peace. Not you and me personally.
Oh, you have desperation talks. I should take control of the podcast.
I ask you to come to
advocate for you.
Convince me. I mean,
I can convince you. It's easy. When I talk to these people,
it's not just the Palestinians.
Things change.
It's the Israeli side also, which is very violent, very not pro-peace. I mean, when I was talking for peace, of peace, my side called me an Arab lover, a naive, a stupid person, and so on and so on. We're living in a very harsh place. We're not living in France. It's very hard to make it happen. And at some point, I'm kind of... I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I'm talking now, and it's because of what's happening for the past days, the last few weeks. It's been hard.
give you some hope?
I need some hope. I need something.
Can I ask you, have you ever talked to a Palestinian that wanted to free Tel Aviv and changed his mind?
No.
Okay.
I talk with Palestinians that were
yes.
already.
So this is
And I have a lot of.
This is where you went wrong all those years.
Okay.
Preaching to the choir. And this is, I guess, why the extreme here found what you do absurd and called you names. Let me ask you another question. Have you ever talked to someone from the Israeli side who wanted just to wipe all of them out of the world and change his mind?
No.
Do you think that this is more important than talking to the people who already agree with you?
I know for a fact that it's very hard to change the minds of people. I'm trying it hard for many years, and sometimes.
Have you ever tried? Have you ever had a talk with someone?
I have
to try?
arguments for hours. I'm arguing for a life.
But do you have these arguments with people who are interested in changing their minds?
I don't know if they're interested.
Well, that's the first question you should ask.
Tell me.
So I've done this and I've succeeded. So this gives me hope. I talked to Palestinians from the West Bank, from Gaza, who wanted to liberate the whole of Palestine, which included this house in Tel Aviv, in Haifa, and everywhere that we currently live in. And I was able to change their minds. First of all, there's a science to this. And this is why I'm trying to advocate for the Moriel Hasbara or whatever this organization, the organization that we're starting, why I think it's so important. This is something that needs to be researched, developed, armed, equipped, and then implemented. And then there's the media and the human side of it, and then there's the education system and the materials, and then there's the overall what is the charter of the governing. But this war is about how many people want to live in peace, and how can we change? Can we change this number? Can we change people's opinions, people's minds? This is the war. To have more people on both sides,
yes,
that are interested in not interested in annihilating the other. And once I don't know, you never had this. You've been doing this for years. Once you have one experience, you'll have hope. And then you can say, okay, how do I do it faster? What's the best practices to do this? And what I've come up with is these 3 pillars. One is the society and education system. The second is the media that they absorb. And then the 3 is the personal experiences. And both are very, very powerful. And all 3 are very powerful.
Yes, I agree that personal experience, creating experience for young people to meet, I agree that it's very important, especially when you have someone living in a world that where it doesn't know you. Most of Palestinians never met an Israeli in their life.
Only the soldiers.
Only the day they went to kill them.
Yeah. In Gaza, yeah.
Of course, but
at the moment I understand, and there is something different that we should do now. Right now, the priority is not what I've just talked about. This is the long-term plan. At the moment, what we and the rest of the Hasbara organizations should be focusing on is buying time for the IDF to finish the job, which is ending Hamas's reign and bringing back the hostages. And to do that, we need to supply them with as much material, content, best practices, and we also need to know who are the audience. The audience at the moment is not the Arab countries. The Arab world is probably not going to interfere or attack us at the moment. Neither does Russia or China or Iran.
Mm-hmm.
It's the West. At the moment, we need to buy the IDF time to finish the job, bring back the hostages, and end Hamas's reign in Gaza, which means we need to supply them with the best media and content that is true. There has been some media that has been proven fake. It means providing them with the right arguments and points for different audiences. It means giving them boost socially. So, for example, people in France, there are some pro-Israeli influencers, content creators in France, and then we need to rally up all of the communities in France, all the Jewish communities and the pro-Israeli communities, and then add them to the boost squad, where they, once there's content that we send them, they like it, they watch it, they comment on it, they share it.
Do you think there is any content that someone would see and change his mind?
Yeah, I'm not talking about the people who are advocating to end Israel. I'm talking about the people who are in between. They're on the fence. They're not very aware of what's going on, and they need to understand that if they believe in freedom, democracy, justice, then they should be advocating for us continuing this war against Hamas.
Why?
Because
what's the first argument that you would tell them?
For different people, it's different things. For different audiences, for different demographics, it's different things. But I guess the ones who are on our side are the ones who are for democracy, for freedom, for equality, and just basically to tell them like this, the overall plan of Hamas. Like they mistakenly, usually they think, some people are being occupied, some people they're having their rights taken, and we should help them. I'm talking about these people who are trying to make the world a better place, and they think that we're harming innocent civilians and children with no reason. We need to show them, look, this is the charter, this is the plan. For example, could you pull up something that I brought? These are basically posters from the Hamas's Telegram channel of their West Bank branch. They have different branches in different countries. How old do you think this child is? Yeah.
How old is the poster, or how old is the kid?
The poster is from November. How old do you think is the kid?
The kid look like 15, 17.
And the one on the right?
This one?
Yeah.
I mean, by the picture, he looks very young. He looks like 13.
Yeah. So when people report children, like with the idea of
shooting,
unalive children,
yeah,
basically they're talking about
these guys,
which is also terrible. We shouldn't lose any life. Every soul is precious. But as you can see, he's holding a gun here. Yeah. And let me tell you what it says. So this is in Arabic. Go to the right. Yeah, over here. This is where they posted it. This is the Hamas's Telegram West Bank branch. Go to the right. Translated it. Yeah. This is martyr, mujahid. Mujahid is basically a warrior of jihad who was killed on Thursday, 9/11, 2023 by occupation bullets in the vicinity of Jenin camp during the clashes of the Al-Aqsa blood battle. It is a jihad, victory or martyrdom. And there's this quote from the Quran, right?
And they're talking specifically about
This is what this says.
these kids.
I just translated
Okay,
what
this
it
is the
says,
translation of what's
underneath.
yeah.
Yeah. They say this.
just for to make it clear for the audience. You speak Arab.
Yeah, I speak
Okay.
Arabic. Yeah, I read this. Yeah.
Okay.
And there are many more. I can pull it up right now if you want. It helped me in a few minutes.
That's okay, but
But the point is, look at what they're doing to these children. Look at what they're educating these children. And you as a Westerner, if you love the West, because there are some people in the West that
don't love it.
they don't want to be part of the West. I'm not talking about this. These guys aren't our crowd. We can't convince these guys. They need to start. They need to understand something else about the world. But for the ones who are for the West, they need to be on our side, and we need to provide with the content creators the right content and media and points. And this is what I'm doing here. And this is if anybody's wanna reach out, connect us to your community, connect us to creators in your country that are influential, just write to me on the Instagram, Moriel English. Do you think this is convincing? Would this convince someone, do you think?
If I think the poster is convincing, convincing. What do you mean?
So you asked me who do I think is the audience? I told you these are the people from the West.
So the West is supposed to look at this, but they're not talking. They're not speaking Arabic. I mean, this is
why we need to translate it and to explain to them, show them.
You mean we need to we need to show the West this kind of poster that they're doing.
Yeah.
For after the killing of their own martyr. After the,
I'm saying first of all, the most important thing is to buy the IDF time to finish Hamas. In order to do this, we need to address the West, not Russia, not China, not Iran, not the Arab world, the West, because we need their support.
Do you really think that the time we got is on a timer because of the people on the street in Paris and England and in London?
I would say America.
In the United States?
It's because I think America has a big role in it, yeah. You think that we would have done it without America's help?
No, but do you think that the fact that there are people in university calling for from the river to the sea, do you think that is really changing or have an influence of the policies of the United States right now?
No.
Or is the Pentagon just say, fuck them? I mean, I'm frankly asking you.
No. The universities, we need to help there because it hurts the Jewish people who live there. The Jewish students, they're being harassed and some of them
and targeted,
murdered. So we need to act for their sake. And then there's the long term. So what is being taught in universities, maybe, I don't know, how was your time in university? Did it have an influence on your point of view of the world?
Me?
Yeah.
When I was at the university, yeah. I study art, so art and design. So they didn't they didn't teach us anything about the words.
Oh, okay.
It was inner.
Yeah, you could argue that it's not as important, and we shouldn't. I am saying that it's not the main focus here. The campuses are not the main focus. I don't think that's the priority right now. The priority are the people on the fence from the West. They need to continue supporting us finishing this war. Let me
make a shot.
I have some more cool stuff if you wanna. Not cool stuff. I have some more media stuff to share.
So you think we need to develop a strategy to convince the West that we are actually the good guys? We are the good guys?
We're the good guys.
We're the good guys.
Yeah. And
Convince me. Pitch me. Pitch them. Pitch the West. Hello, West.
well, why are we doing
Why?
this?
Why are we the good guy?
Because you. Why am I pitching you that we're the good guys?
I mean, we need to convince
Are
them.
you not sure?
No, I'm sure of it.
Okay.
But I wouldn't try to convince them
Why?
because of what I've told you before.
If you've tried and you're.
I mean, I'm becoming. I don't.
Maybe you should change
Change the subject.
No, change the. Maybe
The name of the podcast. We're not. I mean, we try to convince the world all the time. It's like pissing in the wind. We're always doing. I mean, as a country, we have issues. We have problems. We're not the best country in the world. I don't know if there's a country that is the best in the world. But so we're a complicated country. But we're doing, I think, everything we can. So people understand that we're doing it for the right reason and we're on the right side of this evil. And we're never convincing anyone. How is that in your mind?
No, I don't think we've.
You know, I mean, I'm not sure the people. I'm not sure how many people will hear this, but sometimes you know that planes, in some case, before they're bombarding in response of attack rockets, they're telling the people that there will be bombard ahead, so they can evacuate. And I mean, what army is doing that? Do you know of another army in the world that does that?
No, it's unprecedented. I'm very proud of how we act, but I'm not proud of how we communicate it. We don't communicate it. There should be cameras showing this. We should show this. But more important than how we act, because people don't even comprehend how amazing we are in how we act. We should show who we're fighting against, and that's what we fail at doing.
It's on the internet. You can find them actually killing people on the streets of kibbutzes like dogs. It's everywhere. You just go on TikTok and you can see it in few minutes. You can't actually see the killing, the raping of all people online. This is
You can't see.
what else do you need to be convinced?
Have you seen a video of someone being raped?
No.
Have you seen a video of a child being shot?
I personally, after the first day, I stopped looking at the video because I felt that it was like mentally damaging me.
Okay, but you just argued that it's right there, you can see it, but you don't know that you can see it.
No, I know. I saw. I saw the videos. I saw the videos of people getting shot in their house.
Yeah, have you seen a child being shot?
Me personally, no.
Okay, but this is something that you argue.
Okay, there's the video. There's the video that was shown to the foreign press.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the video that the army.
Yeah.
And then after the video, some people of the press describe what they saw, and they're describing people getting raped and children getting shot in front of their parents.
I saw it, and they didn't describe people being raped. They described someone witnessing, someone telling, I saw someone being raped.
Okay, let's not argue on the raping. Okay,
No, but
no
this
raping.
is your argument.
I mean,
Argument. You're saying it's in the internet. Why aren't you? But you didn't see it.
I personally didn't saw it, but I saw some of it. And are you making the case that it's not on the internet?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm also making the case that we don't act to show it. Why is this a secret video?
It was shown.
Why isn't it online?
Would you put it online? Like,
Put it with you have to agree that you are 18 and you understand that this is very explicit. No. Why can't I see a Tarantino movie but I can't see this?
I don't know. It's I don't know. I wouldn't put it online, but I have
I'm saying something
so
else.
many
Also.
friends that have told me. I mean, first-hand friends, not
yeah.
I heard of.
Yeah.
I mean, close friends
Yeah.
that have told me that they saw on Telegram on the first morning when it was happening. They saw video of the killing. It's not online.
I also I'm in the Telegram groups and I'm telling you I didn't see it.
Okay. So
Yeah, so this is a bad argument.
so it
And this is
didn't.
a
So
bad
it didn't happen.
I'm just saying that we don't have it on video. And if you're trying to make the case that look, it exists, so why don't they understand? Well, it doesn't exist, so obviously they will not see it. And also you're saying we can't show it, so it's not an argument, and we can't use it, and it doesn't help us. So it's not an argument, and we shouldn't play the victim card, because if you play the victim card, it's a very dangerous road. Because then, when you profit from being a victim, that's a dangerous road to take.
I'm not playing.
And we shouldn't do that. We already have enough evidence, and I'm trying to tell you this is the
I'm not
argument
playing
we
the
should
victim
argue.
card. On the contrary, I'm on the total opposite. I'm like, fuck you. I mean, sorry for the bad language. I'm like, I don't care what you think anymore. I'm not trying to convince you anymore. I'm not a victim.
You're talking about the
I'm on the
Palestinians?
opposite of a victim.
Who are you talking to?
I'm
You're talking about
we were talking about
the West or the Palestinians?
about convincing people.
I'm talking the West.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're tired of it.
I'm tired
But this is what we
of having
Yeah.
of having to convince that I'm okay. If you're not convinced, you're not convinced. I mean, at that point, to me, it's like pissing in the wind. It's like nothing will... actual footage of the army getting in Shifa hospital, actual footage of people shooting from the hospital. I mean, why did we even go? Why did the army even go to the hospital? Why?
Why not just bomb it? So.
You're in the West and you've been told that the Israeli army is invading an hospital. Why? Is someone asking himself why? Have we nothing to do in life? Are we looking for gold in the hospital?
Were you never ignorant about any topic?
I was, but
Okay.
but you have some logic. You say
You don't
ask
always
yourself,
have. You don't have.
why would you
No, this is our
get
job.
there?
They don't have the critical thinking to make these logical conclusions, and this is why we need to come up with creative ways to grab their attention and show it to them. And this is the task at hand. And
Okay.
if you're not up for the task, then someone else.
Go back home.
Yeah.
I'm up to it. We're doing it. I think this very conversation is part of maybe, putting the subject on the table. You're obviously way more optimistic than me in our ability to convince someone.
Well, if you have.
And I'm a graphic designer, and I'm coming from the actual job of convincing people by images.
Well, when you have the experience of changing one person's opinion, then you would have the confidence and the hope that you're looking for. But you need to choose the right person.
Who's the right person?
The right person is someone who is interested in hearing. And this is very easy to do. You can just ask someone. I mean, I had lives where I go on TikTok and I make a live and I bring people up and I talk to them.
Okay.
I just straight out ask them, are you coming to this conversation interested in learning in something new?
Mhm.
Or are you just here to say your piece? And they would just tell you. They might be like, but and then you would ask them again and they would say like, if they give me a sparse answer, I would just ask them, is there any proof in the world that would change your mind? And if they tell you no, then you tell them, okay, thank you for coming up on the live and have a good day. And don't waste your energy on them.
I'm not sure I totally agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the facts on the ground. I'm looking at. I was just in France for the last 3 weeks before I came back here. I saw it developing in France firsthand. So the first few days it was horrible what Hamas did, and then we started retaliated, and suddenly we become the beast, the horrible Israeli army, the conqueror, and
Mm-hmm.
and the chanting on the street started from the river to the sea.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like 2 days before, the fact were there. I mean, people were talking. I mean, France, they have, I think it's something about, I'm not sure, 8 French citizens who have been taking hostages. 8 of the 240 are French. It's like no one talking about them in France.
Yeah, do you know how many pro-Israeli Jewish influencers are in France that are talking about this?
I know that the Jewish community in France is the biggest in Europe.
But I ask you, do you know, because nobody is watching the Jewish community on Instagram. They're watching content.
Of course.
Okay, so I'm asking you, who are the biggest French influencers in France right now?
There are some, I don't know.
Give me a name.
I don't have a name.
All right, so we need to get on top of it. I have a list of people that have a few thousand to some that have a few hundred thousand followers, and they create pro-Israeli content, and they make mistakes. They need help. They don't know what is happening in Israel. They don't know what are the right arguments to say, and they need our help. This is where we come in, and we tell them, here's the media, here are the arguments and the points, here's some creative ideas, and we need to back them and to help them. And then we get the people around them to boost and like their content, and this is how we change things. You can't just say, look at how they talk about us and be victims. We can take charge.
Again, I'm not I don't think we are victims. I think there is a clear, people have took clear sides, and it's very hard to make them change sides, and I'm not sure we can.
Why do you think? Let me ask you this: how many of the people in France are like have picked a side and they're not willing to move and they're not interested in hearing?
How many people?
Yeah. How many? What the percentage?
I have no clue.
Do you think this is important data?
No.
Why? You just said they already decided. So I'm asking you how many, and you said I don't care.
Because I don't care about them. I mean, I should care and I want to care, but I don't anymore. And I mean,
it's good. There's one responsible adult here in this podcast, at least.
No, because I mean, it's not my job. It's not. I mean,
it's not my job either. But we need to take this.
It's kind of. It is your job.
Oh, thank you.
It's your job. It's not mine.
I'm taking it upon myself.
You're up to the task.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm not sure there is a task I mean, I don't know.
I'm talking to
Okay.
these influencers in France,
Yeah.
and this is what they're telling me. I don't know what's happening. I don't know the media that I'm sharing, if it's true or not. I don't know the arguments, the argument points. Like,
Yeah.
what angle should I take on this issue? We need to help them. We need to provide them with not only boosting their content, but telling them what exactly is the right content.
I think that anyone that wants to know the fact can just access them. And
I'm telling you no.
okay, you accessing them, you know how to look.
And I didn't find them. And usually the people that are on the fence, they don't actively look for stuff. Do you actively look for stuff about Ukraine and Russia?
I don't. I mean, I don't really. It's
Let me
not
ask you
my
a
fight.
question.
I don't
Wait.
really.
Do you have an opinion about Ukraine and Russia?
It's a very complicated one, but yes, I do.
Okay. And are you, if you like researched it for yourself?
Yes. Hours of
All right. Do you think this is
podcast
what
and
usually people do?
reading and try to understand and talking with. In Israel, we have a very big community of
Ukrainians
Russians and Ukrainians. So
do you think this is what people do usually?
if you care, if you don't care, if you're just shouting on the street, I don't
I'm
really
talking
care
people
about
shouting
you.
on the street.
Why?
The people who are shouting on
It's a trend. It's a trend online. Something will happen in Iceland, and they will forget about the Middle East, like they always do.
No.
Yes, they're not coming here.
Okay. Can I show you a graph?
Yes, show me a graph. Yes, tell me.
All
What are
right.
we looking at?
Sympathies in the Middle East situation. You can see that it starts in 2001 and then it ends in 2023. And if you look at the green line, you can see that there has been an increase from 18% to 49%. So this is not just a trend. You can see that the line has trends in it, but there is an overall change. But if you look at the blue line, the Israeli sympathy, then there isn't much of a change. Maybe there's like a negative change. But it's really, we need to be active. Does this change your mind about that this is not just a trend?
Kind of, but not really, because it's not a hardcore change in the line. I mean, we're
From 18 to 49?
from 80, yeah, but it's like 20 years, 23 years.
Yeah.
Um,
What more than that do you want?
I don't. I mean, I don't know. I don't need any. So they don't say so. Okay.
Look, this is percentage. You look at
Yes.
the blue line. The
Yeah,
blue line is people with no opinion.
They're not really moving.
They are moving.
They're going down a little.
Where do they go though?
They go to the Palestinian side.
Yes. So can we make a difference or no?
That goes back to my first question. Do you think that in these 20 years something changed in Israel? And it's not about explaining it. It's not about how good we'll be in propaganda, in explaining our side, but what we are actually doing on the ground.
No, it's not about what we're doing on the ground. On the ground, we're amazing.
Amazing.
Yes.
We're not amazing.
We are amazing. This is unprecedented. The way we act in this war is...
No, I'm not talking about the war. I'm not talking about the last
in general.
month. No,
Okay.
in general.
In general, do you have anywhere in the world...
We
where
have a government that is, for the past 20 years, went from in the middle to more increasing his rightness, right?
they're allowed to be right wing? That's okay. That doesn't mean anything.
But that means something
Why?
because they are consequences to what we're doing, to what we're actually doing on the ground.
Give me an example.
Settlers, I won't go into
But this is not happening because of settlers.
Okay,
Yeah.
why not?
Because if you're talking about the Palestinian side, they're not. For them, you are a settler.
I am. For them, yes.
In Tel Aviv, you're
Yes.
a settler. Okay. For the people who are abroad, they have no idea about this topic. It's not. They don't care about the settlers.
Yes, but what they get in the news is the bad news, always, right?
Because of
They're-
what?
they're
Because
not-
we don't do our job.
And maybe in the last 20 years, we're good at creating bad news.
No.
No. We're not. We
We're
have.
talking about Hamas and
I'm
Israel.
not talking about them.
You should be.
I'm taking I'm for 5 minutes taking the camera on us and asking us, are we doing everything in our power as Israelis? Is the government doing anything it can to actually have peace? You, me, some people, we can do whatever we want. I can talk with Iranian all day long. Is my government actually dedicated somehow to get to an agreement with the other side or not?
What agreement? What do you mean agreement with the other side? We just read the charter.
Some agree. Look. I don't have to agree with the other side to get to an agreement. I can do. We withdraw from Lebanon without an agreement with the Lebanese. We just withdraw from there. I don't want to get into the politics and to the why and how. I'm just saying.
No, it's good. It's good that we became more right-wing. We need to be more right-wing.
Okay.
I think the Ben Gvir is a Yeled Kaka, but I'm saying that the overall, what we need to do is we need to uproot this ideology from the West Bank.
By explaining how.
No. Explaining this is something we need to do now for the war for the West.
Okay.
If you want to talk about what we should change, yes, we have some. We should also always do the, make sure that our kids don't grow up to have the murderous intentions to kill all the Arabs or have some thoughts like that. We should work on it for sure, but that's not where the priority right now. It's not what is most prevalent. It's not like this is a prevalent thing in Israel. It is a prevalent thing on the Palestinian side.
Okay, I think we're getting into a circular argument, and we're trying to make circles. But
why?
No, I'm okay. Let's try to finish this episode.
What? Okay, but what's circular about this? You said maybe we're doing things that make us look bad. No, even with everything that we've done, we're still the best in the world in morally. And the fact that our government...
I don't think there is... Okay.
What?
I think it's very hard to be the best in the world morally. I'm very conflicted. Because of the last month, I think it's strange to talk about it. Because the last month were, for me, very kind of... a slap in the face I think for every Israeli. I don't think there is an Israeli that don't know personally someone who got killed or kidnapped. So it's very hard to me to talk about what we did wrong. But if we're in that conversation, I don't think that morally as a country, not as an army. I don't think there is as a country. I don't think we've been very good at morally separate ourselves from the Palestinians. I think we're doing everything as a country.
Yeah, give me an example.
Implantations in the West Bank. More and more people. The 7th of October happened in part because of Hamas, obviously. It happened because they went to kill us. But the army wasn't there because where was it? Where was the army on that day? The soldiers supposed to be on that fence. Where were they?
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that we have so much trouble. We're making so much trouble in the West Bank that we have to send some soldiers. We had to send some soldiers on that night to take care of the issue that we are creating on that night. Right?
No, what issue are we creating in the West Bank that we need to send soldiers there?
Okay, so on that night, 2 brigades, the Golani brigades, moved from the Gaza Strip to the West Bank to protect the settlers who decide on that night to go to have a nice evening in I don't remember the name of the town, but in the middle of an Palestinian town. Why?
So this should be shut down. We should shut this down. We should tell
But
them,
it's not shut down. It's
okay. This is what we need to do next time. From now on.
So again, we're not doing only good stuff. We're having a lot of shit on our hands.
You're blowing this out of
We're
proportion.
having an internal problem. We can't not look at it.
But you're
When your minister of security is Ben Gvir, you have a problem.
That's a problem. Yes.
You can't not look at it. You can't say, no, we're the best. This guy is not representing me, obviously, but he's bad at representing Israel.
Yes.
And maybe some people in the West, in the world, looking at us, looking at him, and say, what's happening there?
Yes.
What happens to them? It's not the Israel that I knew of.
This is something that we should take care of.
Thank you.
Simultaneously, and still with Ben Gvir in charge, we still have the case. We win the case. If we show the evidence to the court, if we show the West what's going on, we win. We don't. We have to.
The case is not about images. It's about actually doing the right thing. We don't have to show how good we are. We just have to be good. And we're good. I'm not saying we're not good. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not spitting on Israel. I'm here with my family.
Yeah.
I moved here from France. I'm not here by mistake. It's not what I'm saying. But we have to look at the issues that we're creating. If we look again at the screen that you sent me, maybe these 20 years represent the 20 years of Netanyahu's government, one after another, going right and right and right on the map, and not going
then
in some kind of a... Nobody's talking about peace in Israel. No. I mean, in the government, it was a dream of some government. No one is talking... I mean, I'm not talking now. I'm talking before the 7th of October.
You're wrong. Look at the graph. This is not a blue line going down.
Let me show you. Yes.
This is the right line going up. So because of Ben Gvir,
this is the Tchelet one going down, and the
light blue is going down.
Yes.
So then, if the dark blue would go down, then I would say, okay, you're right. But that's not the case here. Because of Ben Gvir, people shouldn't sympathize with Palestinians, right?
Look, we have a bad rap in the West Bank. Again, it's hard to me to talk about this while this craziness is happening, but we're killing a lot of Palestinians on a daily basis in the West Bank. Why are we there? Why the fuck are we there?
Protect ourselves.
No, we're not protecting ourselves. We're not protecting ourselves when we're patrolling in Nablus. We're not.
You're wrong.
Okay.
No, wait. Let's.
So why aren't we patrolling in South Lebanon? When are we patrolling in the Yemen? or
There's-
in Gaza Strip. I mean,
we didn't in Gaza, and this is what happened. But look,
okay, so
let me show
are
you,
we
let me show you.
indexing all the territories and that's it, and we're finishing with it?
Say again.
Are we
Annexing.
annexing all the land and that's it? There is no middle solution. It's either it's our land or it's their land. It's not no land.
Oh, yeah.
Can't be a no man's land for so many years.
Yes, but what I'm saying is what we've done wrong is not that we have our army there. What we've done wrong is that we've let them have these ideologies perpetuated to the youth. This is where we went wrong.
I agree with that, but
And then, after a while, then we can maybe, when there's no terror attacks, we can pull our army back. Not now. It's a security threat. Let me show you why. Can I show you something? Can I just move the... Can people see the screen? Not yet. All right, so I want to show you. You said we're killing them, right? Look at this. This is, you know, B'Tselem? Do you trust B'Tselem reporting?
yeah, sure.
Yeah? Okay. So I'm going to now show you the children that we have unalived in August, okay? Let me show you. First of all, we got Muhammad, 15-year-old.
We have to.
I'll enlarge.
No, you have to show it on the.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got Muhammad, 16-year-old.
Fatally shot by a police border officer after firing at a restaurant and trying to flee
This
the
is
scene.
September. Wait. Here we go. Muhammad, 15-year-old, trying to attack soldiers with a knife. So is this? Would you consider this? Oh my God, we are killing children.
No.
No. Okay. How about this one? Ramzi, 17-year-old, throwing Molotov cocktails. This is on the 2nd of August. What do you think? Are we the bad guys here killing this minor?
I will go back to what I told you before. We're the good guy. I'm not.
No,
it's
but you
not,
just said we're
it's
killing
not
people.
good. It's not good guy. I mean, it's not that simple because I think that we have some shared responsibility in what's happening. It's not. You can't always say. I mean, I'm obviously with you on blaming the other side for what they've done and what they're doing.
I'm blaming us because we need to uproot the ideology from the education system, from the media, and from their personal experiences. He's not part of Hamas. Mahmoud is not a part of Hamas. Look at this guy throwing Molotov cocktail. Now you can see here Barra, that he was shot when he was in a car together with 2 other Islamic Jihad military women. Is he also 2 other? I don't know if he himself is also, but maybe he's not. For example, we got this one right here, who just riding a scooter close to the site of a fire exchange between Palestinians and Israeli forces. So he was just killed by proximity. I don't think he was involved. I don't think he's part of the jihad. That's what it looks like right here. But still, the problem is this, the resistance, the armed resistance against us. That is what killed this guy.
So I'll go back to what I was telling you at the start of this long conversation. They obviously resist something. They're not resisting nothing.
Wrong.
Okay.
You're saying they're resisting the military rule, the occupation.
I don't.
But no, they're resisting Tel Aviv. They're resisting Haifa.
Okay. So I'm done with them.
Okay.
And I'm done with trying to explain them how to, where to.
No, you didn't. We didn't do this one time. We didn't do this until now.
We didn't have to. We don't have to.
We have to.
Are you arguing with the Lebanese?
With how they educate. I don't have military rule there, but we have military rule over the West
Bank. Why?
It's a big operation. We probably should, but
why do we have military rule in the West Bank?
To protect ourselves.
Why this isn't part of Israel? Why this isn't Israel? Why is the West Bank still 15 years later
they're trying to kill us.
one's land?
because they're trying to kill us, and because we didn't uproot this ideology from the
Is
education
it
system.
our land?
It doesn't matter.
It matter.
Why?
It matter. Because if it was Israel, so it was part of the country, and it was understandable that everybody can move from here to there. It's part of your
They
country.
cannot move. I don't want them to move.
Okay, so it's not part of the country.
At the moment, no.
No, not at the moment. At any moment.
You need to uproot the ideology before you decide what to do with the land.
No, you won't. No, you
Then
need
when
to
you
do.
if you have a partner, you can decide something.
You don't have a partner.
Right now, no, because we didn't uproot the ideology.
You won't have it for 16. For again, since the 6-day war, nothing changed. It's getting worse.
We didn't try anything. We didn't treat. We let them. You said this was in 1967.
Yeah.
That we took control of the West Bank, but if I show you this, yeah, screen only.
No.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Show me.
This was in 1968, right? So, armed struggle, sacrifice wealth and life in order to. This is what we had since 68. This is what we need to uproot. This is what we need to fight. If you want to talk about the Palestinians, I'm talking right now. We have an emergency with the West and letting the IDF win. But if you want to talk long term, because this is the kind of person you are, we haven't tried it. Prove me wrong.
I think Israel have tried many times to got to some kind of peace agreement.
We shouldn't do this. We can't have a peace with this kind of mentality, this kind of.
But
charter.
you want to do something that to me is impossible. You want to change.
We did it in Germany.
No.
Why not?
We in Germany again with the Third Reich and the Second World War.
Yeah.
It ends with 2 atomic bombs, with 15 millions of dead people. It wasn't that easy. It's not like we came and talked to them. Dresden was flattened. Millions of dead Germans, and then they say, you know what? Okay, enough. We're not flattening the West Bank.
No.
Right.
But,
okay,
but
so
if there would be an armed struggle against us, uprooting this ideology, this is what we would have to do.
There is an armed struggle for more than 60 years, and we're having our kids going to the West Bank, getting shot. We're doing some killings. They're doing some killings. On the 7th of October, we saw the fucking face of Hamas. We see what they're upraised to do, and you still want to change their minds. There is no mind to be changed.
No.
You just need to make. I mean, I'm with Trump on this one. Donald J. Trump.
No.
I want a wall, a big wall, and I want nothing to do with the other side.
There was a wall around Gaza as well.
Bigger. Big separation. And I'm not. I think the problem is that we're not letting go of the land.
Okay,
we're not letting go. I mean, in our mind as Israelis, not you and me, our government.
All right, so you think we're not there for security reasons? You think we're there because we want to take control of it?
Yes.
We want to have this as Israel.
We have a dream of sometime taking back control of this land, the West Bank and the Gaza Strip.
Okay, if you want to bring another army to be here to protect us,
I don't want to
like the UN army or I don't know,
whatever.
Germany army, you can do that and I'll help you. Okay, because I don't want our soldiers being there as well. If I see that the German army is as effective as us, okay, and also respect human rights the way we do in the West Bank, because we do. Look at how we check ourselves. Look at how we have B'Tselem checking ourselves, seeing that things are being conducted in the right way. Okay, I don't think another army would do it better than us. And the real I want you to agree with me, and I will not stop until you agree with me. The solution is to take care of this ideology from the root. They cannot teach their kids that it's the most high calling in their life to have an armed resistance against Israel. Agree with me or I kill you?
I agree with you, obviously. I agree with you. I'm happy that we're having this conversation. I obviously don't agree with you, but I'm happy that's your point of view, and I'm happy we're here to disagree and to raise the issues. And I hope these. I mean, it's getting kind of a long podcast, so maybe we start getting to
We summarize.
yes, but I hope maybe this kind of conversation for those who watch it, the whole episode, this kind of conversation open your eyes on some of the issue that we have here in Israel, some of the tension between and again you're watching two leftists, right? You're kind of a leftist. You're not.
I wouldn't give myself a label. I would say I'm. I mean, yeah. I don't think I give.
He's a lefty because only leftists talk that way. I mean,
I voted Bibi.
okay, so he's not a lefty. So even better, even better. So you have both sides of the political map of Israel, and maybe you get something out of it. Maybe you get some good points. And
Can I?
yeah, final words. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Din Moriel. I've got a language school, but now it's really not the time to promote it. Right now, and this is very important. We are in a war. Our first priority is to show the West how horrible Hamas is treating their people, their ideology to take over. They're recruiting young children, sending them to attack civilians, and this has to be put to an end. All of the pro-Israeli Jewish societies around the world who are watching this, we need your help to show the West and to buy the IDF more time to bring back our hostages and to end Hamas's reign in Gaza and in the West Bank.
Amen.
To do this, we would need your help. So if you're yourself, you want to help us boost pro-Israeli content, reach out. If you are in charge or know someone who is in charge of a community of Jews or pro-Israelis, please join us. You can write to me on my Instagram, Moriel English. I'll put it up. What we do is basically we're addressing the West at the moment, not China, not Russia, not the Arab world. We're addressing the West and we're telling them we need your support. That means English, French, Spanish, German, and we reach out to content creators, influencers from those countries that already have a big following, who are pro-Israeli, and we supply them with the media, the content, and then with your support, we boost their content so it reaches more people. Please reach out, and hopefully we could buy enough time for the IDF to finish the job, bring back the hostages, and end Hamas's reign in Gaza and the West Bank. Thank you for watching.
Amen to that. Amen to that. And they're talking. They're talking right now about a kind of an agreement. Maybe they got to some kind of an agreement
For some of the hostages.
For some of the hostages. So maybe in the next few hours we'll get some of them back home.
But then it means 5 day or some sort of a ceasefire.
I'll take it. Bring them back home.
And that what does that mean about the rest of the hostages?
I take what I get. I mean, if it's up to me.
Maybe they'll take longer with the rest of the hostages. Maybe we should give us all of them.
It's a hard conversation. Maybe we have it
another time. Sure.
Next time. Thanks, man. See you next time. Okay, so just for the record, so we have it on camera. A few words about you. I mean, you. Who are you?
My name is Din Moriel. I've got a language school. Right now, I'm not here to promote it. I'm here to address a much more urgent issue, which is the war that we currently have against Hamas. And I basically started this organization called Moriel Hasbara. Hasbara is basically to explain in Hebrew. And what we're trying to do is to explain to the West what's actually going on and why is it important to have this war and not to cease from fighting this war. Why it would actually lead to saving many lives on the Palestinian and the Israeli side. So I have this language school. I speak Arabic. I speak English. I teach Arabs. I teach Jews Arabic. I wrote a book that teaches Arabic, and basically, I'm very familiar with both sides. The ones who are interested in annihilating us, the ones who are in the middle, and this is where I gain my and I've done quite a bit of research, and I've also just come back from the war. So I've just completed 37 days in the Gaza envelope, and came back to do this this
It's okay.
to make this organization, and to because I'm so good at English.
You're okay. You're better than me. So just to make it clear, you were called as a soldier, as a reservist.
Yeah.
And you were on the Gaza front for about a month before coming back here to Tel Aviv and to work as explaining the
Propagandist.
Yeah, it's a bad word, but but it's explaining as explaining, which I mean, this conversation that we had almost 2 hours, and we didn't even start explaining it. We just argue with between us on many stuff that are peripheral to the actual world, and I think it's a good it's a good starting point. Next week we'll do more explaining.
Could you do a short introduction of
Yeah, so my name is Ronnie Edry. I'm 52. Yeah, man.
Whoa.
53 almost.
I thought you were younger.
Next month, 53 next month. So almost. I'm 2 kids, a wife, the cat that you see, living in Tel Aviv.
When did you migrate to Israel?
I
to Israel.
I came to Israel in '89. I was 18, and I.
So you were in the army.
I was in the army. I was a paratrooper, and then I served in a special unit for a few years, and for the last, let's say, 10 years, I'm you can say a peace activist or peace, trying to work on that front, which is hard and complicated and long run. I developed the project called Israel Loves Iran, Peace Factory, this kind of project trying to create connection between people. Yes, that's what I do.
Awesome.
All right. We see you next week.